Break out the water misters and find cover because it ain't getting any cooler anytime soon. The hottest heat wave of the year has just hit the west coast of the United States, and here's what it means for schools, athletic teams, and industries residing there, and why the true danger isn't just high heat. Alright, so I'm about to get real here. The west coast of the United States is getting some historically high temperatures. Death Valley, California experienced its earliest 122 degree Fahrenheit in recorded history last week. Vegas and Phoenix also experienced its earliest 111 degree Fahrenheit day in recorded history last week. With extreme heat waves like the one that arrived on the west coast, several variables can be affected, such as increased forest fires, limited ability to participate in outdoor activities, and most importantly, air quality. The AQI, or Air Quality Index, considers 5 major pollutants when measuring the AQI. This includes ozone, this is actually a really big one, particulate matter, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur dioxide. Each pollutant is assigned a concentration value, and the highest value determines the AQI score. This score ranges from 0 to 500, reflecting the level of air pollution present. The levels are good, 0 to 50, moderate, 51 to 100, unhealthy for sensitive groups, 101 to 150, unhealthy, which is 151 to 200, very unhealthy, which is 201 to 300, and hazardous, which is 301 to 500. Again, the most important factor here is that AQI is using ozone, and ozone is air pollution particles, nitrogen oxide, or NOx, and volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. Ozone is also a main contributor to smog, which is why major cities in hot environments tend to have a hazy skyline. When that hot air can't rise to cool off, this traps the air, creating ozone and smog. Nitrogen oxides are produced from things like motor vehicles, power plants, lightning strikes, oceans, and biological decay. And volatile organic compounds are produced from things like wood burning or chemical plants, refineries, and industrial emissions. So you're probably asking, why is ozone so harmful? And the reason is because ozone is a lung irritant. When inhaled over time, it can affect the human body in ways such as increased asthma attacks, exacerbation of respiratory diseases, and an increased risk of cardiovascular diseases. If ozone levels are high, that means the AQI is high, which means that children and teens are especially susceptible to respiratory injury. Imagine a high school football team is about to practice in high heat and a poor AQI. Their body's ability to regulate internal temperature is restricted, and their ability to breathe and move oxygen through their body is also hindered, increasing the risk of injury. And young athletes are additionally more susceptible to injury with a poor AQI because their bodies are still developing in terms of respiratory and cardiovascular capability. As the overall air quality worsens over time due to increased emissions and pollutions, the CARB, or California Air Resources Board, has enforced new rules and regulations across all schools in California. And some of these new rules include focusing on particulate matter with a diameter of 2.5 micrometers or less. A PM of 2.5 is a major health concern because at 2.5 micrometers, it can penetrate deep into the lungs, causing long-term respiratory damage. The second thing is that there's going to be lower thresholds for activity restrictions. Before, moderate exercise was restricted at an AQI of 100 or above, and these new guidelines lower this threshold to 50, significantly reducing outdoor activity when air quality decreases. Because of the lower threshold, when the AQI reaches moderate, schools should reduce or reschedule strenuous outdoor activities, provide indoor alternatives, take additional hydration breaks, and develop AQI action plans. So, for athletic teams and departments located in the California region, it's imperative that you really look at both wet bulb globe temperature and air quality index. Both go hand in hand, and both can have a serious negative impact on your athletes and students if you don't pay attention to their respective metrics. If you want to learn more about AQI and why it's going to be a big factor in ensuring the safety of athletes on the West Coast, check out our blog on the Prairie Weather website where we do a deep dive on the subject. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and learned something, drop a like and subscription to help support the channel. Oh, and one last thing. If you are in the market for a solution that monitors the weather and measures AQI, check out Prairie Weather. We're trusted by various organizations, from school districts to professional sports teams. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.